What's going on, guys? This is Alex with Metasophocles Gaming. We are bringing you 3 more Wilds of Eldraine Collector Booster Packs. So these have been fun to open for me. There have been a lot of good cards we've gotten out of that Enchanted Tales slot that they have with those enchantment reprints. There's been some really good ones that we've gotten, and there's been some okay ones that we've gotten, and there have been some that I really wasn't too excited about. But we've gotten some pretty good pulls, not the ones we're looking for out of the actual set yet. We still want that Moonshaker Cavalry. I think, was it Beseech the Mirror or Bewitch the Mirror? I can't remember what the actual name of it is, but those are 2 cards that we're looking for. So, oh, and a nice confetti foil, because, you know, those just, I want to see what they look like again. But with that being said, why don't we go ahead and get into opening these packs and see what we can get out of these today. Okay, pack number 1 here.
Yes!
We start off with a foil Primal Vigor, which is great to see. I think we got one of these recently in one of the openings. Let's get this to focus. Okay, cool. So foil Primal Vigor, awesome. Definitely a good card. Waste Not, another good card. This Bramble Familiar, which I think is a very interesting card. I'm not sure how it'll play, but I like this card a lot. Sleep Cursed Fairy, which is a 1-mana 3/3 flying ward 2. When it enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield tapped with 3 stun counters on it, and you can tap 2 to untap it. It's interesting. I am curious how good that actually will play. Because I guess you probably have many ways you can untap it, right? Because you remove the stun counter when it becomes untapped. You can get rid of those pretty quickly with various methods. Ingenious Prodigy, blue and X for a 0/1 with Skulk. Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. And it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has 1 or more +1/+1 counters on it, you may remove a +1/+1 counter from it. If you do, draw a card. That's actually interesting. I kind of like that a lot. You can make it very big at first and slowly crank it down to get some card advantage. And then once it's small enough, you can swing in without having it be blocked and get some good effects off of it if you have some auras or whatever else you can throw on there. Maybe some swords of whatever, Feast and Famine, Fire and Ice. Get some hits and get some good effects. We are going to get a Spectre of Mortality. If we can focus here. Okay, Spectre of Mortality. A 5-mana for a 3/3 Spectre with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile 1 or more creature cards from your graveyard. When you do, each other creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards exiled this way. So that's kind of like a board wipe with a creature attached to it, which is kind of cool. We get an Oversold Cemetery. I really like that art because it's super cool. I like that. I like that because that's a cute little otter. Definitely a cool card to see. We get Lord Skitter's Blessing. This big old Lord Skitter. I assume Lord Skitter is the rat. I could be wrong. 2 mana for an enchantment. When Lord Skitter's Blessing enters the battlefield, create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life and you draw an additional card. So, pretty cool. I like that. This art for Elusive Otter is pretty cool too. I like that. Little otter boy there. Raid Bombardment and Garrick's Uprising for those enchantment slots. Plains, Discerning Financier, Soul Guide Lantern, Collector's Vault, Troublemaker Oofy. I don't actually know how you say that, but it looks like Oofy to me. Barrow Naughty, Torch the Tower, and a Prophetic Prism. On to pack number 3. All right. We get a Fiery Emancipation. So, cool card there. 6 mana for an enchantment. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. Forced Fruition. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player draws 7 cards. I feel like I remember that card from a while back. That used to like that. Cruel Somnophage. Sorry, should have brought some water down with me. 2 mana for a Nightmare that is a star. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. And then you can use its adventure before you cast it to mill 4 cards for target player, which gives you potential to get more creature cards and make him nice and big. We get Elvier of the Wild Court. 4/4 Human Knight. Whenever Elvier of the Wild Court enters the battlefield or attacks, create a Virtuous Roll token attached to another creature you control. And whenever an enchanted creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that actually sounds really cool. Really fun to play. I think that's one of the cards from one of the precons. Horned Lock Whale. That looks like a scary ass whale. 6/6 with Flash for 6 mana. Ward 2. When it enters the battlefield, tapped unless it's your turn. The owner of target attacking creature you don't control puts it on top or bottom of their library for 2 mana for its adventure. We get Vampiric Rites and a Ground Seal. And a Mountain for the land. Frolicking Familiar, another little otter boy there for us. Adorable. Knight of Doves, a Picklock Prankster, Misleading Motes, Besotted Knight, cool little fox there. Obira's Attendants, and a Diminisher Witch. Pretty cool. I like these otters that we pulled. Both versions of them now. I think we've gotten a couple of this one. First one I've seen of the regular border. Love to see that Oversold Cemetery. Love to see that Primal Vigor. And Fire Emancipation's pretty cool. I like Lord Skitter's Blessing. Overall, some really cool cards in here. I like that Raccoon too. Definitely excited to see those. Excited to see what we can get from our next packs, and just continuing on this with this set. I do very much enjoy it so far. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.